Hi Ed, this is Mike Klinetobe here in Winston Salem, looking at some of the downtown. This is on 4th Street, and this is where I live. When I'm in Winston Salem, it's called 4th and Green. And let me take a little walk. We'll have a little tour here. Just buckle up. It's going to take a few minutes, but I'll talk to you about this building right here, what this is going to be coming up shortly. Very interesting. And they're doing some new outside paint, taking it from brick to painted. It's going to end up green. This is the primer right here, the gray. Back up to my place over here. I want you to take a guess which place I live. Yeah, where do I live? Got any guesses? Wait a minute, what's that up there? Whoa. Let's get a little close up there. Whoa. Yep, that's my place. And you can see I've got it decorated up for the 250th anniversary coming up here in about a month. USA, got the flag out there. Got my red, white, and blue igloo cooler chair up there. We're going to go up there in just a minute. I'll take you up there. But right down here, well, I'm right above Pilates, the Pilates place. Right above there, just as you can see. And then right over here is called Pleasant's Provisions. Just opened up about 3 months ago. Great place to eat, a little bodega type. You get provisions there. Various other things. But yeah, this is 4th Street, and let me zoom it back out here. We're gonna walk back across the way here. I want to use the crosswalk because right about this time of day, it's probably around 7:30. And traffic out here is pretty good. Yeah, here on 4th Street, it is the main drag here in downtown Winston-Salem. So we'll get over here to the crosswalk. Yeah, very nice day today. Just kind of in the almost all day in the low 70s. It's beautiful. Yeah, looking both ways. Yep. Yep. Okay. Has 100 units here at 4th and Green. Just about a year old, a little more than a year old. Almost at full occupancy, and once they get there, it's going to be waiting list time. This is the most desirable place in Winston-Salem and the Piedmont Triad. Let's see if I can get entrance here. Yep. Okay. So we're on the lobby level. Go up to 1. I'm on floor 1. Okay. And here we go. Now, Luke Farley, Commissioner of Labor here in North Carolina. I helped to get him elected back in November of 2024. On election day, you were here in North Carolina. We were in Rocky Mount, remember? Okay, here's a nice little sitting area, so to speak. Here on each of the floors, all 4 floors going up. And hallways going left and right. We're making a right. And we're gonna go to my unit. Got on the same level here, they've got an interior courtyard, open air courtyard with like open air, you can see the sky up above where they've got the grills and fire pits and etc. sitting areas, really nice. So here's me, 129. I never locked my door, don't need to. So as you come in, They got a nice little washer and dryer set up in here. Not bad. Let's go out to the patio where I was shooting the camera from across the street. I was right over there. And I was telling you about this building. It's big, about 400,000 square feet, maybe 5.5 million square feet. This includes the building in the back there, all the way down, and you can see that's their. You can see the green that they're going to be painting, spray painting, back there and kind of in the background. But this primer gray, all up and down. But that's the big building behind there. But they have a tunnel underground from building to building. This is going to be a data center. Can you believe that? A data center right in the downtown of a city. Winston Salem. About that. Yeah, so anyway, here's my little landing deck. Got a patriotic chair there. USA 250, happy 250. There's my igloo ice chest, and of course, got the banner out there, ready for the 4th of July parade. So here, back into my think tank. This is a think tank. I've got a lot of think tanks around the country. You know, I got a think tank in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I got a think tank in San Diego, California. I've got a think tank in Bentonville, Arkansas. I got a think tank in Vero Beach, Florida. And this one here is Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I do have a small think tank still over in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And I'm looking to add another couple. But some people might call this like a war room. But anyway, here's my computer set up. Got my printer hooked into that. High-speed internet here. Of course, I've got this set up for my podcasts, which take place sometimes here in the kitchen, and sometimes they take place out there, looking out there in the past there. Yep. All right, so I want to go over here and just take a minute or two, maybe a little bit longer, and show you something here. Ed, I prepared this about two or 3 months ago, and this was a presentation, just this one here in its entirety that I made to the Herodopolis staff and also the Harrigan staff up in Washington, D.C. on Capitol Hill a couple months ago. And as you can see on the cover here, it's Walverse, made in the USA. So go to walverse.com where you'll find USAVIM, which stands for the United States of America, Vertically Integrated Manufacturing, with Megafactories, Textile and Apparel, Tesla, and appliances. Next line down is the KFF, Klinetobe Family Foundation, where you'll find all new USA Environment, all new USA Health, and all new USA Education. And then finally, as you are familiar with, CCF, Continuous Capital Formation, a National Debt Reduction Plan, pbfcrs, and a Balanced Budget Amendment. So the summary of Walverse, what our core mission is, you can read that. I think one of the key ones there is number 3, training leaders, preparing future generations who will lead America and made in the USA. The Walverse think tank vision is turning ideas into action while becoming the #1 think tank in the USA and the world. So a tour of Walverse starts with the homepage. And here's the homepage with the home about USAVIM, KFF, CCF, and contact us. Walverse first started out as made in the USA think tank. As you go through Walverse.com, you'll come across the all new apparel made in the USA manufacturing project, an all new Tesla made in the USA American rollout project, and then an all new appliance made in the USA manufacturing project. And you know, when you get to Walverse.com, it's an easy click. Go to the next page, click. And there is one big 36-page flip book titled America the Beautiful, and it goes in depth with the made in the USA. And there's the Tesla new electric semi, the Model 2, and autonomous for Tesla, made in the USA appliances, furniture, everything. KFF, Klinetobe Family Foundation, CCF Continuous Capital Formation. It's wide open. So where do we come up with the name Walverse? Well, it's Walmart plus universe equals Walverse. Now, Sam Walton, who started Walmart along with his wife Helen, was a friend of mine when I worked with the Haynes Corporation. In 2017, I made contact with Doug McMahon, CEO of Walmart, with a couple of electric vehicle and delivery ideas. And you can see all this on the website. So, summary of the Private Banking Facility Capital Reserve System, pbfcrs. It's a proposed plan to address the United States national debt. So the summary outlines the private banking facility, capital reserve system, operational structure and methodology. This is the chart that I converted from a million zeros down to M's, B's, T's, trillions, etc., etc. And on the backside is the national debt, out of control, politicians, bankruptcy, do nothing plan up there in the top. We're going to go bankrupt here in a couple years or less. And then the U.S. National Debt Reduction Plan in trillions. As you can see, it's not going to take too long for the trajectory to, instead of continuing to go up, but to start going down. Oh, here's a shell that I picked up down in Vero Beach on the sand next to the Atlantic Ocean. It had this inscribed on the shell, pbfcrs. I wonder how that happened. Something else that I've been working on is the school board, or the Winston Salem Forsyth County Schools, that was in a financial strain last year. I helped pull them out of it, and now we're onward and upward. But before we get totally pulled out of that, I proposed a case, the Winston Salem Forsyth County Schools versus, and Linda McMahon and Donald Trump versus Catty Moore, who was an interim superintendent for the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, who cut 300 teachers, just totally destroyed the schools, the 80 schools here in Winston-Salem last year. The North Carolina Board of Education, Roy Cooper, former governor, and Joe Biden, former president, COVID aftermath, 2021 to 2025. This is going to be a massive lawsuit. And it's a proposed $1 trillion misguidance lawsuit against educational and government leaders. So I mentioned what the case title is going to be. You can see it right there, who the principal defendants are. Core allegations of misguidance, requested damages, 1 trillion, in excess of 1 trillion will be the damages. I think that's about it as far as this presentation that I made to a couple people up there on Capitol Hill. But I've got 3 or 4 more of these books, and they're ready to go when needed. I guess that's about it, Ed. This is exclusively going to you, Ed. Okay? And, oh, here's my washroom and closet with built-in cabinets, etc. And yeah, this is a nice, beautiful setup. This is all I really need. Got the bedroom in here, you know, some shelving here for just the essentials. You know, not a whole lot here, but there's a lot of think tanking going on here. Okay. All right, Ed. So this is no joke time. This is no joke time. Okay, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling, and it, you know, it means you and Ed. You guys got to get rolling. Okay. I know you can do it. Did I tell you that was going to be a data center there? It's unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. All right. Ed, take care. We'll talk to you later. See ya.